Welcome back, guys. James Hill, founder and CEO of Black Millionaires.
And it's the chaplain of the culture, here to expand ideas and grind your gears.
Yes. So we got a powerhouse show today.
We
do.
do.
We were just reviewing a lot of this stuff, but we got one here. Mr. Tendernism.
Okay.
So for a lot of people who haven't, maybe living under a rock, maybe you just watched the podcast, I don't know. But Mr. Tendernism, his name is Walter Johnson. So he went viral. How long has he been viral? At least it's been about a year.
A little more than that.
A little more than a year. Let's just call it about a year and some change. He went viral for pulling the meat off the bone, right? Mm-hmm. So we all seen it. And that's like a thing. Like, in black culture, you pull some meat off the bone, you run, you do this. Like, that's like a thing. Yeah. We have a lot of antics or whatever. And Mr. Tendernism went viral because he remind you of your uncles. He remind you of people like that. So
yeah, he does.
He went viral. Now, we've been talking about how he ain't have his paperwork right.
Yes.
There was a lot of bullshit going on.
We're definitely trying to figure out at least what the paperwork was.
Yes.
Right?
And they kept doing interviews, and it was like, we don't know. And then he was kind of defending the white man. And every time, remember, Walt wasn't even being able to speak during the interviews.
I was going to say that.
He'd over-talk him or whatever. So everybody kept saying, like, get your paperwork right. They trying to shaft you. They trying to get you. And
I think it was Keith Lee who blew the top off the lid, right?
Yes.
Once Keith Lee came there and he ate some of the food and everything like that, he wanted to tip Unc.
Yes.
And specifically asked for Unc.
Yes.
And for whatever reason, they could not get Unc to him.
They would not give it to him, but also Keith Lee did a video talking about, like, he said, okay, we'll wait around. And then they just still was like giving them the run around, still trying to do it. And they wouldn't even take the money to give to Unc. So that's another issue, is not only did you block his blessing, but you didn't even want him to get the tip.
Access to it at all.
And one of the things I always say is the reason they didn't want that is because now if you getting $4,000, that's probably what they was paying him. They probably was paying him so little. And he's an older guy, so it's kind of like, whatever, right?
So what you're saying is they didn't want him to see what was possible.
Like, damn, somebody willing to give me $4,000.
Yeah, somebody's willing to, yep.
So, okay, Unc just dropped the video. Unc got new management now, right? It seemed like he's working with some young person that he's doing Twitch. He's like got a new Instagram. He got like 200,000 followers now.
Yeah.
So they was like, Unc, hey, everybody want to know the $1 million question or whatever, are you still with Destination Smokehouse?
Okay.
And Unc said basically hell to the no in the nicest way, respectable way. He said hell no, basically. He basically kind of hinted at them doing him wrong, and he was like, he's still gonna be good no matter what. But you can tell things didn't go right with the situation. And you got some information on the trademark, because there was a trademark controversy that's going on. So break that down.
Here's the thing. Tenderism was coined, right, as far as we know it all because of Unc.
Yes.
But there's a man who by the name of Kenneth Harris who filed for the trademark. He has an application for a restaurant, and he has an application for merch. Okay. Right? And so when you look at this trademark, you have to remember that Smokehouse probably could, obviously use it for at least the restaurant if they're not going to sell merch. So the Smokehouse Smokehouse is also going to apply for this trademark.
So they already applied.
Yeah, so like if you go over here,
they've already applied.
They have an application here
pending for T-shirts, and they have
hoodies, sweaters.
Yeah, they have one pending for.
But Kenneth has one as well.
Right, and I think Kenneth has one first.
I think so too. Yes. So now they are going to have to disputed with the USPTU, the United States Patent and Trademark Office.
Yes.
So they're going to have to go through this dispute. Kenneth Harris has to say why he should own the trademark, and then Destination Smokehouse is going to have to say why they should own. Now, I was reading, and this is what we need to keep in mind. Okay. Creating or coining a word does not make someone the trademark owner. Yes. Trademark rights arise only through use in commerce to identify the source of goods or services.
Now, this is very important, right? What's important about it is the guy Kenneth Harris. Is he working for Unc?
That's exactly where I was going.
Or is he just doing this just?
That's exactly where I was going. Because here's the thing. So Kenneth, he can't just be nobody, because that's almost like giving the trademark. Even though he was first to file, they are using it for commerce. Mm-hmm. So the only like real shot that Kenneth has is to represent Unc. Yes. Because then you can argue Unc coined the phrase and Unc will be using it for commerce.
Correct.
That is how you...
And if Unc isn't working with Kenneth doesn't really have a leg to stand on in this, and it's going to go right to Destination Smokehouse.
At all.
I knew the energy was off on the Destination Smokehouse situation just because he didn't allow him to be Unc, and he didn't allow him to go out. And like they walking around with 4 fucking security guards. I'm like, bro, Chris Brown don't need 4 security guards, bro. J. Cole literally walking around the city doing a tour. Yeah, he don't have 4 security guards.
Yeah, that's true too.
Come on, Unc. Like, I mean,
I think you're right. They didn't want Unc to know his fanfare, because I don't know how. Because imagine he don't even know how popular he is.
He don't know these social media platforms. He don't know about none of this. Right. Where people can just donate money to him and he'll be a millionaire. Right. Like he has a GoFundMe, and the GoFundMe raised like $60,000.
Wow.
I'm about to go look up.
And how long has it been up?
It's only been up like 4 days since Unc announced he's not with him no more.
Okay. And that is what I love about the Black community, because we are going to galvanize around our own.
So he has 226,000 followers.
Okay.
And here's his GoFundMe. Let's click on the GoFundMe. And I know people buying this merch.
As they should.
$52,000 raised.
See?
Now they being slick. Now I ain't gonna lie, because at first the goal was like 30,000, and then when it hit 30, they put it at 50.
As you should.
And now the goal is 75,000.
As you should.
So I started seeing videos of this rapper named Cartel Bo, and I believe he's out of Houston or whatever. He started talking about how Unc is like he bought a restaurant for Unc in Houston, and I'm just like, why would you buy a restaurant for Unc? Because Unc was still doing videos with Destination Smokehouse. But here's the problem. We don't know when Unc was doing those videos. Those videos could have been 2-3 weeks old.
Okay.
And I remember people seeing a video of Unc getting on a plane or like saying his goodbyes. And I know that went viral 2-3 weeks ago, and people was like speculating, like, what the fuck happened to Unc? Where'd he go? Like, what's going on?
You sent them off.
Yes. And then what I think happened is, they probably had that conversation like, hey, either let me go out and flap my wings or like break bread with me. And they decided to not break bread with him.
Yeah.
Not do right by them. The crazy thing is there's a third option here. You could have let Unc flapped his wings while also being the mascot and ambassador and promotional person and getting compensated for Destination Smokehouse.
Right. They didn't want that man to be the face of their restaurant. And that's what he was turning. He was kind of turning into like the mascot.
Yes.
And they did not want him to represent. I think it took away too much steam because they felt like, well, we were doing things before Unc. Like we were Destination Steakhouse before that.
But they wasn't though. That's the problem.
That's the problem. And people don't want to realize when you have reached at the next level.
They were a coffee shop before Unc. Mm-hmm. And Unc came in and started selling his gumbo and his smoke, like his ribs and shit. That was the most popular item.
Yeah.
So they basically said, hey, let's just do a smoke shop, shut down the coffee shop. And the white dude inherited the coffee shop. Mm-hmm. So Unc is a co-founder of Destination Smokehouse, basically. If we really being honest. Yeah, they didn't have any... They might not have any paperwork, but Unc has grounds and standing to file a lawsuit and get some type of compensation. Mm-hmm. But Unc is gonna be good, man. He was just at Teddy Riley's.
He was. He sure was.
One of Teddy Riley or one of them older singers. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, Teddy Riley, it was like a birthday party or something like that.
He was like doing the little Tenderism thing.
Heck yeah. And the fact that his family or they even orchestrated that was like such a like, yes, come back home. That's how it felt. That's how it felt. Like, come back home. You're wanted here. You're appreciated here. We got you. You don't need them.
I'm gonna be honest though. It was given Unc was in a sucking place for a minute. I thought he was though.
He was.
Unc was really in a. How he was defending that white dude. I was like, man, maybe Unc just like one of these older black people. You know them older black people that just, you know, my partner, this is my guy.
And if I'm going to be real with you, even the way that he even said, like, hey, I'm not with, like, Destination Smokehouse anymore. Even the way he said that.
It was still respectful.
It was like, and it was like disappointed. Like, I thought they were my good peoples, and they're not.
Yes.
And that's what I felt like in his tone. His tone was like, yeah, well, like, you know, like I messed up, kind of.
Yeah.
You know?
Kind of like don't beat me up. Like, I know I'm gonna be good, but like show me some love because he thought he had a friend.
Yeah, don't shame me for getting tricked out my spot.
Yeah, Unc, man. Shout out to Unc, man. I feel like, you know, the world is going to bless him because the Destination Smokehouse people, they just dumb as hell. I mean, this happens all the time. Companies do this all the time. They have somebody that is marketing and promoting, and all they have to do is just give them a piece of the pie. And a lot of these companies, when it's time to do business and divide it, they will not do it. They'll risk litigation, they'll risk their brand risk, all of that. And Destination Smokehouse is going to have some momentum.
For sure.
It's going to have some momentum, but it's going to slowly die down. And then they probably got a whole bunch of more expenses and all of this other bullshit. Then they're going to start to see, like, Unc, I'll give Unc a year. He gonna be made about $1 million in about a year.
For sure, 100%.
Through tips, donations, collaborations. I'm surprised Sweet Baby Ray's or somebody ain't hit him up.
I was gonna say he's definitely. Imagine he gets like brand endorsements.
He can literally make his own Sweet Baby Ray like collab, and it just be like Tendernism. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit would literally go.
I need to see Tendernism at the grocery store. That would go nuts. And like even like if they put his face on the bottle or something like that. Oh my gosh.
That would go crazy. Shout out to Unc though, man. Hopefully
I could see it.
Hopefully he win this trademark dispute because it's for sure coming. Like they're not. And then he's Mr. Official Tenderism. So it's like, are they gonna sue Unc? They're gonna have to sue Unc to make him stop using it.
That's crazy.
And it'll be crazy because then if they do sue Unc, then discovery is going to be crazy.
I was going to say we have video evidence though. So